everyone, it's Jade here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. In today's video we're going to be doing a colour along in Johanna Basford's book Rooms of Wonder, and the page that I've decided to do is this little weather station page. I'm sure Johanna said that's what it was. We've got all the different weathers and rainbows inside of these little glass jars, and then a nice sort of sky and rainbow background. So the pencils that I'm going to be using for these today is the brutfuner 120 pencils. So I'll just show you. These are the ones that I've got, and they are the square pencils. So these are really nice pencils to work with, and I did ask you guys on a poll on my channel which pencils we should use, and you guys said the brutfuner. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll make a start on this page. Okay, so first going in with 120, which is quite a dark pink, I want to make a start on the rainbow in the background. So what I want to do is use this colour right up against the edge so that this is darker against the edge of this line. So I'm just going to use normal pressure here and go ahead and darken up the outside lines. And I'll do the same for the bottom section here as well. So just normal pressure and run this against the line. And then what I'm going to do is start to lift the pressure off so that we get lighter as we come into the middle section of the rainbow. And I'll do the same up here. So start to lift the pressure off as you come towards the middle. Next, taking 012, which is a little bit of a lighter pink, I'm going to go ahead and go over where I left the lighter pressure and just start to blend this together. So I'll just use normal pressure, go over the light pressure that we've just done. Next, going in with 011, which is a lighter pink again, I'm going to add some of this colour into the middle section. So I'm just going to use light pressure and just go ahead and fill in the middle section. Then going back in with 012, I'm going to go ahead and lift the pressure off and take this colour over the middle section, just using light pressure. And then I'm just going to work on this blend line here, so just adding a bit more pressure in to try and get rid of this harsh line. And then going back in with 120, our darkest colour, just going to go ahead and darken up the edges again just by adding some more colour to the edges. And again, you just want to lift the pressure off as you come towards the middle. Then going back in with 011, I'm going to use normal pressure this time and just use little circular motions and take this over the darker pink as well as the lighter pink in the middle, just to mix all of this together nicely. Next, taking 001, we're going to move on to this next section. So what I'm going to do is use light pressure and go ahead and do a base coat first so that we've got a nice light colour to work with. Then taking 003, I'm going to add in our shadow. So this is the darkest colour that I'm going to use. So I'm going to run this right up against the edge of this top line using normal pressure. Get that nice and dark. And then again, I'll just start to lift the pressure off and bring the colour further into the rainbow. I'll do the same for this bottom section. Then taking 002, which is a brighter yellow, I'm going to go ahead and go over where we just left the lighter pressure with the orangey yellow, and I'm just using normal pressure to blend this all together. And then again, I'll just lift the pressure off as we come in towards the middle. And do the same for this top piece. And then going back in with 001, I'm going to go ahead and use normal pressure and fill in the centre. Then take in 118, which is a nice light green colour. I'm going to go ahead and do a light base coat on this section of the rainbow. So again, I'll just use light pressure here and add a bit of colour in. Then taking 076, I'm going to go ahead and add in our shade. So again, I'm going to use normal pressure right up against the line. Go ahead and darken this up. And then again, start to lift the pressure as you come in towards the middle. Then going back in with 118, I'm going to work on our little blend here. So I'm just going to use normal pressure, take it over where we left the lighter pressure. And then I'll go ahead and fill in the middle section using normal pressure. Next, going in with 112, we're going to make a start on this section here. So I'm going to use light pressure and go ahead and do a base coat on this part of the rainbow. Then taking 099, I'm going to use this colour to add in our shadow. So just normal pressure up against the lines, and then again lift the pressure as you come towards the middle. Then going back in with 112, I'm going to go over our lighter pressure here and help to blend that out. So just use normal pressure, take it over the lighter pressure. If you guys can hear some snoring in the background, that is my dog. He's decided he's going to have a nap and snore rather loudly whilst I'm filming. And then again, I'm just going to lift the pressure here just to take the edge off of our blend. And then I'm going to go in with the white pencil and go ahead and blend out this middle section so this stays nice and light. So I'll just use normal pressure for this. Take it around the middle section. Next, taking 038, I'm going to go ahead and do a light base coat on this section of our rainbow. Then taking 039, I'm going to add our shade into this section of the rainbow. So again, I'll just do normal pressure right up against this line here and right up against this line at the bottom. And then again, I'm going to start to lift the pressure off so that we can blend this out a little bit easier. Then going back in with 038, I'm going to use normal pressure and go over where we left our lighter pressure of the darker blue. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this colour and normal pressure to fill in the rest of this section. If you think anywhere needs a little bit more colour, you can go back in with your darker pencil, add a little bit more shadow in there. I just use light pressure though if you go back in. Then going in with 004, I'm going to go ahead and do a light base coat on this piece of the rainbow. Then going in with 109, I'm going to go ahead and use normal pressure right up against the lines. And then again, I'm going to start to lift the pressure off as you come in towards the middle. Then going back in with 004, I'm going to use normal pressure to go over our blend. And then I'm going to start to lift the pressure off as you come towards the middle. Then going back in with our white pencil, I'm going to use this to blend the middle section. Then taking 106, we're going to make a start on our last little section of rainbow. So this one's going to be red. So this is the lightest red colour. So I'm going to use light pressure and add in our base coat. Then taking 008, I'm going to go ahead and add in our shadow. So again, normal pressure right up against the line. and then start to lift the pressure as you come towards the middle. Then going back in with 106, I'm just going to go over where we left the lighter pressure using normal pressure. And then again, just light pressure in the middle. Then going back in with our white pencil, just go ahead and blend the middle section. Okay guys, so that's the first half of our rainbow done. So I'm going to do the same for this side of the rainbow. So I'll probably just do this in fast forward for you so that you can see me doing it, but I won't explain it again because I'm just going to do the same that I did on this side over here. So next, going in with a white gel pen, I'm going to go over the lines in the middle of these rainbow sections. So I just want to go over the middle lines just so that we can get rid of the black lines from in between. Next, going in with 090, I'm going to make a start on these little stars. So whilst our Posca pen's drying, I'm just going to use this to fill in these little stars in the background. And we'll also do these little dots as well. Then going in with 038, I want to use this colour right up against these stars. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and sort of go around the outside edge of the star. And then I'm just going to start to lift the pressure off and make like a little circle of light around it. So I'm going to do the same for all of these little stars. So just normal pressure right up against the edges of the star. And then again, start to lift the pressure as you come out and make it into like a little circle. Then going in with 040, I'm going to use this to go around the edge so it gets slightly darker. So I'll just use light pressure again and just start to add a little bit of this colour around the edge of this circle. I'll do the same for all of these. So just light pressure, add some of this colour around the edge. Then going back in with 0.38, I'm going to go ahead and use normal pressure now and take this into the darker colour that we've just added. So I'm just focusing it on the inside edges. Then going back with 0.40, I'm going to go ahead and start to darken up this colour. So I'm just still using light pressure, but just adding a bit more colour in. Take it into your lighter blue as well, still just using light pressure. And I'm going to start to bring this colour out. So we'll do the same for all of these. So again, just use light pressure and take it into your lighter blue just to blend it out nicely. And then I'm going to bring the colour a little bit further round on this one as well. Then going in with 0.47, again I'm going to use light pressure and start to add some of this colour into the background. So I'm going to focus it around the edges. And try and make this into a bit more of a shape. And then still using light pressure, I'm just going to build on the colour. So I'm going to take it into where we just did the darker blue. Then going in with 0.55, which is like a really dark green colour with like a bluey tint. I'm going to use light pressure again and start to fill in a bit more of this background, and I'm going to take it over the green that we've just done as well so that it all blends together nicely. But again, I'm just using light pressure. Then going back in with 0.47, I'm going to go ahead and use a bit more pressure this time and start to darken up this colour and take it into the lighter pressure of the colour that we just added. Then going back in with 0.55, I'm going to work on our blue section. So right up against the edge here, I'm just going to use a bit more pressure to darken that up. And then again, just lift off as you come over the greeny colour. Add a bit more pressure here, darken this up. And again here we'll darken this little corner up. And again lift the pressure off as you go over the green. And then I'm going to go back in with 0.47 and just go over our bluey blend here. Just to make sure it's all blended nicely. So just use normal pressure this time. And then going back in with 0.40, I'm going to go ahead and add a bit of this darker colour into the middle here because I think this light blue is a little bit too light. So I'll just use normal pressure and just add a bit more colour into here just to darken it up ever so slightly. Okay, and then going back in with 0.55, I'm going to start to lift the pressure off down here. So just do some light pressure along there. And then again on this side, I'm going to start to lift the pressure off. And then I'm just going to work on this blend line. So add a bit more colour where you need to, and then again lift the pressure off as you come away. Then taking 0.87, I'm going to use this to fill in this bottom section down here. This is quite a dark blue. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and go ahead and fill that bit in and then blend it into our green. And then the same here, we'll use normal pressure in this corner and go ahead and mix our blend. We will fill in this top corner as well and the top edge. I think we'll bring this colour a little bit further out, so I'm just going to use normal pressure and bring this colour a little bit further into the picture. Then I'm going to go in with my white gel pen and I'm going to add some little star details into our background. So I'm just going to randomly do some small dots and some bigger dots in here. Okay, so I'm just going to use light pressure again here and just bring this blue out. And I think we'll have some of this blue along this bottom edge. So just light pressure again, just sort of marking out where I want it to be. And we'll have it coming down to here. Then going back in with 0.55, which is our greeny blue colour. Again, still using light pressure. I'm going to take it over the dark blue. And start to add some of this colour in to here. And it will do all this bit dark green. Then taking 047, a lighter colour. I'm going to go ahead and add this in to here. And then I'm going to take it down to this point here. Okay, and I'm liking the placement of that, so I'm going to go ahead and start to darken up this one with 047. So right up against this edge here, I'm just going to use normal pressure. And then as I come into the darker green, I'm just going to lift the pressure off so that it blends a little bit easier. And the same over here, lift the pressure off so that we can blend into the next colour. Then going back in with 055, which is our greeny blue. Just going to use normal pressure here and darken up this section. And then again, when you come over the lighter bluey green, you just want to lift the pressure off so that we get a bit of the colour, but it's not as dark. And then again, as you come into the darker blue, you can just lift the pressure off again, just so that it's easier to blend with the blue. So going back in with 087, I'm going to use normal pressure now and darken up our blue section. And take it over the dark green that we added so that everything blends nicely together. And run this along this bottom edge, darken that up, and then fill it in to the greeny blue. Then going back in with 047, just going to work on our blend. So just normal pressure, go over the blend here. Okay guys, I just realised that you wasn't in frame. I just used 040 and added in this section here. So I just used light pressure when I went over 047 and then lifted the pressure here for this section. So now I'm going to go in with 047 again, and I'm going to add some of this colour up here too. So again, I'll just use light pressure at first to sort of mark out where we want this colour to be. I think this time we'll just take it up this top edge here. And then I'll go ahead and use normal pressure to fill in the middle of this little piece that we've just done and darken up that section. And then again, as you come to the edges, just lift the pressure off so that you can blend it out easier. I'm going to take it over the blue as well. Blend that together. And then just lift the pressure as you come away. So then going in with 055, our dark greeny colour, I'm going to go ahead and use light pressure and add some of this colour in here. Take it up against number 47 that we just added. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to darken up the center of this piece. And then light pressure as you go over the greeny colour. Then going back in with 0.47, I'm going to use normal pressure and take this into the darker green to blend that out nicely. Then going back in with 0.87, which is our darkest blue. I'm going to add some blue in here. So I'll just use normal pressure when I go over this dark greeny blue. Okay, and we'll take that to about there, and then we'll do this bit first and work our way back up. So going back in with our gel pen, I'm just going to do the same again and add in some stars. So I'll do some bigger ones randomly. And then we'll add some smaller ones in. Okay, so first going in with 0.38, we're going to do the same for this side as we did for the other side and go around our little stars. So I'll just use normal pressure right up against the star and then lift the pressure off as you come away in a circle motion like we did for the other ones. Then going in with 0.40, I'm going to go ahead and use light pressure and add some of this colour around the edge of our lighter blue. And still using light pressure, I'm just going to go over it again just to darken it up a little bit more. Then back in with 0.47, and again I'm just going to use light pressure and take this around the circle as well. And then I'm going to start to make a shape out of this colour. So I'll start by joining these two together. And then I'll just add a little bit more colour around this edge here. And we'll just have like two little ones in like a little circle. Then for this one, I'm going to make him into like a little point. So still just light pressure for that. And then this one here, I think we'll give him a little point downwards. Okay, I think that'll do for our shapes. So I'm going to use a bit more pressure, so normal pressure this time, and darken up this green piece. I'll still use light pressure when I go over our bluey colours, and I still want to leave light pressure around the edges, so not too much pressure around the edges. And then again, I'm just going to lift the pressure off around the edge because I went a bit too far. And then I'll go ahead and darken up these other two as well. And then going back in with 040, I'm going to go over the blend line and darken up the inside piece as well, like we did for the last ones. So just take it over the dark green and fill in all inside. Next, going in with 055, I'm going to use light pressure and go around the edges of these little pieces. And just blend these together. And then I'm going to start to add a bit more pressure and darken up around these pieces. Okay, and then I'm going to lift the pressure off. So just go around and add some lighter pressure. Then take in 087. I'm just going to use normal pressure and fill in the rest of this background. Then I'm going to go back in with 0.47 and I'm just going to go ahead and go over our blend here with this shade. And I'll do the same up here for this one, just to make sure everything's blended nicely. Then going back in with our gel pen, I'm going to go ahead and add in some star details. So first going in with 0.55, I'm going to use light pressure and add some of this colour into this sky piece. And then just using a bit more pressure, I'm going to darken up the middle section. Then going in with 0.87, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of this background. So I'll just use normal pressure and take it into the dark green as well. Then going in with a white gel pen, I'm going to add in our star effect. Okay, next going in with 0.47, I'm going to make a start on this background here. So I want to add some of the lighter green in. So I'm just going to use light pressure and add some of this colour in. And I'm going to add some down here too. Then going in with 0.55, I'm going to go ahead and use light pressure, take this slightly over our green colour. Then going back in with 0.47, I'm going to go ahead and darken up our green sections. Then going back in with 0.55, I'm going to darken up our darker green sections. So what I'll do is just use normal pressure where it's just this colour, and then I'll lift the pressure off as you come over the lighter green. And I'll do the same down here. Then going back in with 087, I'm going to use this and normal pressure to fill in the rest of the background. Then going back in with our gel pen, I'm going to add some star details. Okay guys, and that's how this picture is looking so far. So I think I'm going to leave this video here and I will see you next time for part 2.